Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Today we're talking about Crypt from Road to Infamy Games. Crypt is a 1 to 5 player press your luck set collection game that plays in about 30 minutes. It's published from Road to Infamy Games. In the game, the king has just died and was buried with all his worldly possessions. You and the other players are the children of the king, and you want what's in that crypt. The game is about getting loot. Let's look at the components. There's cards, dice, and you'll use the box as well. To set up, you'll receive a player card and dice matching that color. And the start player gets the leader card, the last player of the round gets the lights out card. You'll place out the 6 collector cards, either on side A or B, you can mix them, but for your first game it's recommended to choose A for all of them. The treasure deck is assembled based on player count, and you reveal a number of treasures based on player count too. For a 4-player game, you reveal 4 face-up cards and 2 face-down. On your turn, you can try to claim some of those treasure cards or recover your exhausted dice. Those are your servants. If you claim treasure, you place out your dice onto the treasure cards. Don't roll them. You actually get to pick the pip value of each die. You can either place 1, 2, or all 3 dice on one card. But if you place more than 1 on one card, then all the pips have to match. So here, I could place 2 2s, and I could place a 3 on this one. But the next player can come along and bump off your dice by playing higher value dice. So a 5 could push off my 2 2s, and a 4 could push off my 3. Any removed dice go back to you. So why not always just place out higher value dice like 5s and 6s? Well, at the end of the round, you actually have to roll them to see if they become exhausted. If you roll and match or exceed the value of a die you place, then you get it back for the next round. But if you roll lower, then the die is exhausted and goes into the box top until you recover it. And even if you exhaust servants, you still retrieve that treasure. The lights out person can only place their dice on one card. At the end of the round, the leader card and the lights out card both get passed to the next player. The treasure cards are worth certain amounts of gold, and they also have different treasure types. These match the collectors that are always face up for all players to see. So at the end of the game, if I've collected 2 jewels, then I can score my highest jewel twice. Whoever has the most valuable tapestries will get an extra 5. If you have 2 manuscripts, then each of your manuscripts are worth 4 instead of the printed value. You could get some big bonuses with the Pottery Collector. The Item Collector lets you re-roll a die, but you have to turn your treasure face up for others to see. The Remains Collector lets you recover an exhausted die. Of course, if too many of your dice become exhausted, then you're going to have to take your whole turn to go recover your dice from the box top. The game's over when the treasure deck runs out. Whoever has the most coins wins. You'll get coins from your treasure cards, bonuses from the collectors, and 1 coin for each die that's not exhausted at the end of the game. The game plays pretty well at 3 and 4 players, and there's even a solo variant for those that like solo play called The Only Child. Game plays fast, like 30 minutes or less, and it's got this cool press your luck mechanic with should I place out higher dice values to hopefully make sure I get those cards and not get pushed out, or should I try to spread myself out and just put lower dice values to hopefully make sure I get dice for the next round. And of course, you also have the collectors to think about, should you go after certain types of cards. There's also a B side to all the collectors, which gives some variability and replayability to the game. This game's okay for me, I would say. Play it before buying it. It's that press your luck. Sometimes if you don't press your luck hard enough, then you're gonna always get pushed out. And if you get pushed out of those treasures, you're never gonna collect treasures, and you need treasures to win the game. And speaking of treasures, there's face-up ones and face-down ones. You could try and go after the face-down treasures, but all you know is the type, not the value of them. I like that the box is small and easily carried to game nights. I would classify this as a filler game. It's cool that you actually use the inside of the box top. So if you enjoy press your luck type games, like games with this unique dice mechanic of placing the dice value and then having to roll it later, then check out Crypt from Road to Infamy Games, and be sure to subscribe to Tantrum House.